This is a video on the metric system. First of all, when measuring length, the basic unit of measuring length in the metric system is the meter. A meter is approximately a yard. In fact, it's just a little bit bigger than a yard. And just like a yard can be broke up into 3 feet, a meter can be broke up into 100 centimeters. When you think of a centimeter, think about cents. How many cents are in a dollar? 100. Well, that's how many centimeters there are in a meter. Each centimeter can be broke up into 10 millimeters. So how many millimeters are there in a meter? Well, if there's 10 millimeters in a centimeter and 100 centimeters in a meter, then there's 1,000 millimeters in a meter. So a millimeter, which is abbreviated mm, is equal to 1/1000th of a meter, or 0.001 of a meter. Or you could say a meter is equal to 1,000 millimeters. A centimeter is 1/100th of a meter, or 0.01 of a meter. Or you can say a meter is equal to 100 centimeters. And here's your base unit for measuring length, a meter, which is a little bit bigger than a yard. And another unit that you hear a good bit about is the kilometer, or kilometer, either way you want to say it. And a kilometer is a 1,000 times larger than a meter. So that's a long distance there, 1,000 times a meter. Okay, this line here is approximately 1 inch long, just to give you the idea here. This is about 1 inch long. This line is about 1 centimeter long. So a centimeter is less than 1/2 an inch. And then this little speck here is a millimeter. So there's actually 10 of these little things which make up a centimeter. And if we had 100 centimeters all strung out, that would be a meter long. And if we had 1,000 meters, that would make a kilometer. Okay, let's continue on. Now, when you're measuring area, the basic unit of measuring area in the metric system is square meters. It's like dealing in the English system where we have square feet or square yards. Well, we deal with square meters. For smaller areas, one may choose to use square centimeter. Okay, following is approximately 1 square centimeter. In other words, it's 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter. That gives you 1 square centimeter. Okay, now if there's 100 centimeters in a meter, how many square centimeters are in a square meter? Well, actually what you do is square them. So if there's 100 centimeters in a meter, then there's 100 squared, or 10,000 square centimeters in a meter, square meter. Okay, so if you had a square meter, which is basically 1 meter by 1 meter, you could get 10,000 of these square centimeters in there. Think about the same type of question in the English system. If there are 3 feet in a yard, how many square feet are in a square yard? Well, there would be 9 square feet in 1 square yard. Okay, because you have to square the number. 1 foot is about 1/3 of a yard, or exactly 1/3 of a yard. Or you could say a yard is 3 feet, and 1 square yard is 9 feet. Okay, you square the 3, just like back here. 100 centimeters in a meter, square the 100, 10,000 centimeters in 1 square meter. Okay, measuring volume. One of the basic units of measuring volume in the metric system is the cubic centimeter, also referred to, you might hear this in nursing or other classes, as a cc. cc stands for cubic centimeter. A cubic centimeter is a cube that measures 1 centimeter in length, width, and height. So this is a drawing of a cubic centimeter. It's 1 centimeter in length, 1 in width, and 1 in height. And that gives you a little cube here. Okay. It turns out that 1 cc, or 1 cubic centimeter, can hold exactly 1 milliliter of liquid. So 1 cc and 1 ml are exactly the same thing. 1 cubic centimeter and 1 milliliter is the exact same amount of liquid. This is kind of saying, for example, see, there's a 1-to-1 equality here. 1 cubic centimeter is equal to 1 milliliter. Well, what we measure volume in the English system would be gallons, and there is no comparison like this with the English system. Like if you have something, let's say, that is 1 inch by 1 inch by 1 inch, how many ounces does that hold? Well, it doesn't hold exactly 1 ounce. So in the metric system, though, there is a conversion from length, width, and height, which is a cubic centimeter, to a milliliter. Well, milli, that has that same sound like millimeter, and there's 1,000 millimeters in a meter. So the question here is how many milliliters are in a liter? Well, milli means 1/1000th. So in other words, there are 1,000 milliliters in a liter. Okay? Let's go to measuring weight here. The basic unit of measuring weight in the metric system is the gram. Okay? There are about 28 grams in an ounce, so a gram is very light. How many milligrams are in a gram? Well, there's that milli again. So there's 1,000 milligrams in a gram. So a milligram is awfully, awfully light. How many grams are in a kilogram? Well, a kilogram is 1,000 times bigger than a gram, just like a kilometer is 1,000 times longer than a meter. So there's 1,000 grams, and some people just label those G. That's probably what I should have there. How many grams are in a kilogram? 1,000. Now, believe it or not, for really small dosages, or if you're measuring very precisely small amounts of weight, a microgram, that's labeled mcg, and some people label it a U microgram, weighs 1/1000th of a milligram. So how many micrograms are in a gram? Well, there's 1,000 micrograms in a milligram, okay, and there's 1,000 milligrams in a gram. So therefore, there's 1,000 times 1,000, or 1,000,000 micrograms in a gram. We'll finish this video. The main thing here is getting a basic idea that when you're measuring length, width, or height, you're measuring in meters or centimeters. The basic unit is meters. When you're measuring volume, you're measuring things in liters, milliliters, or cc's, cubic centimeters. And when you're measuring weight, you're measuring things in grams. The basic unit is grams. It could be measuring maybe very small stuff like micrograms or milligrams, or heavier stuff like kilograms, but the basic unit of weight is grams, basic unit of volume is liters, and the basic unit of length is meters.